All right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome into our YouTube audience. Special broadcast here at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you want to join in on that YouTube broadcast, just go to dtitrader.com/YouTube. You'll see the flash market update live. Go ahead and give us a like and say hello in the chat. And I think we're going to get things switched over here. Tom should be joining us momentarily. Jonathan, I see you've taken over the slide. So let's go ahead and put this out there. We are going to be talking about markets, obviously, and there's a very high degree of risk involved in trading. You and you alone are going to be responsible for the decisions you make. Make sure that they are made in accordance with your own financial situation. So everybody's a little bit different. Some risk apply more so than others. Always consider risk when looking to place a trade. Remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. Okay, so let's see. It looks like we got Wendy and B Jones over in the YouTube site. We got a few people watching now. So glad to see you guys here. Tom will be coming in momentarily. Just remember, for those of you who've never met Tom before, he's a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, author of 3 books, and he's worked with students since about 1996. So, and here he is, the one and only Tom Busby. Tom, how are you doing this afternoon?
Oh, I'm doing good. I was just studying everything before I came on. It looks to me like the market has hit a point, a balance point, we'll call it, in whether or not there'll be a change by 8 o'clock. They even got a ticker on one of the financial networks showing how much time's left to 8 o'clock. I thought that was sort of interesting. It's the first time I've seen that in a while. And so you got a situation that I talked to a student today, and he really had the best thought. He really got what I was trying to tell him. He said he is really keeping his hand off the mouse until after 8 and we know more information. And I said, what you just said is perfect, from that standpoint. Keep your hand off the mouse and let's evaluate everything that we read, okay? I just think that that it's pretty interesting when you look at what is going on, and it's sort of like who is the question that comes to mind? Who are we negotiating with? And I think that honestly, way too much talk, more action would be something that would be welcome. And I think we just got too much verbiage out there. And then that gives the people, a chance to take it and put their twist on it. And that keeps everybody, investors, swing traders, all going in a confused state. I think it's very interesting, though, and this is sort of interesting, Chuck. You might find it interesting, too. This is the first time I've seen this kind of tension in the market without hearing from the Federal Reserve. Just thought it was interesting. Just a thought.
Well, it's the first time in a while, Tom, but let me remind you, you and I were both sitting there trading while back in 2000, the hanging chad in Florida, the going from this court to the other. That did not result. That was not the Federal Reserve, but there was plenty of tension in the market at that time. So
yeah, but it was easy because the trend back then, depending on who they said was going to win, market went up, and the trend went down when the other side they said was going to win, and it was easy to trend it. This is almost impossible, depending on the time and everything that you're doing. I mean, right now, probably one of the most erratic trends I've encountered in my career.
Yeah, definitely. And I agree with you. When you say less talk, more action, what we're talking about there is less opinion and more fact. Like, let's get down to the nits and gritty of what's going on rather than someone's opinion of what's happening.
Yeah, pretty much that's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
Typically the tape will show you by watching the tape and looking at the tape, it really is confusing. I've been watching this thing for years. It's very confusing. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So what are you going to do in a situation like this uh, if you got exposure in the market, or you'd like to have an opportunity to make money, right? So let's talk about that. Now, folks, probably one of the most successful runs I've had in my career has been on the pocket puts since the conflict had started. And I think we've had like 10 total wins already. And it's really kept us in the game when you think about it during this conflict. I think that we're going to a different stage where you got to get a little bit more sophisticated on how you use this strategy as you go forward. And that's what this session's about. I call it advanced pocket puts. Right now it's been pretty simple. Uh, you basically put the pocket puts on, you write off the money. If you wake up in the morning and you see you're up, you take your profit, you put it on before the market closes. It's been a pretty simple concept so far, and people's been following along. But there is another tactic that I call advanced pocket puts. This is where you really take it to a new level, and the new level requires uh, a modification of the original strategy. And that's what advanced pocket puts are. And you're engaged a little bit more than just having it for insurance. You have it for account growth. Now, let's talk about it. Well, you can turn the pocket put strategy into an advanced strategy and just pretty much use this volatility to help you benefit from the movement. Sort of like the downturn that we're living in right now. Now, having a way to make money has always been one of the categories I thought was a needed piece of education, and one that would allow you to learn what to do if you see this situation, not only this time, but the next time you see this kind of situation happen, where you've got a go-to strategy. Using a very small amount of money, you set it aside, and this is more of a this is more of, instead of the grind of the simple pocket puts, this is more of a strategy that allows you to really multiply your efforts. And again, with the standard pocket puts, the advanced pocket puts also allow you to go to bed knowing exposure. That means they're defined risk type trades. Now, What about having a strategy taken with a basic strategy, which is the simple buy the QQQ, $5 widespread, 30 days out, and taking it to a different level with a different ticker? Does that interest you like it does me to have that in my account where you could parlay this kind of action that we're in right now? Okay. I'm getting your attention, I think, because this is really, this time happens even in raging bull markets. You know, taking advantage of those downturns that we talk about. You know, you typically have corrections of 5% more often than not, even in a bullish market. Like the 10% correction we just experienced would have been great to have this strategy in place. And I got to thinking about it and I said, you know, I don't think I ever formalized it enough to teach people exactly how to do it. So that's what this session's about. Again, taking in not only the current trend, but looking around that corner and show you some indicators that will tell you we're in a different type setup. So the setup's pretty simple, and that's what I'll teach you. And probably no more important time than right now when you can't do regular trading to have this strategy in place. Doesn't change the standard strategy we have with pocket puts. This takes you to a different level. A lot of people know about this strategy through some of the, I guess, the big events of our career. Again, the key is using small amounts of total money that you have available for trading. And be insured to take you to that different level of trade. So how does it work? You start out with the basic plan. Everybody here who's participated in my pocket put program probably didn't know what you're getting into, just saw it was working and started doing it, right? Made a lot of money from that. This is no different. The only difference is we change our tactics. And that's the beautiful thing about this. No, you have insurance on your car, right? Your house, you need that. If you have a boat, you better get insurance on that one too. Now, how many people out there are paying some form of insurance out there on insurance out there on one of these vehicles or something like that? You got some insurance that goes out every month. I'm saying nothing but a bunch of yeses. That's good. Nobody enjoys it, but you sure need it when you have those inevitable times that it pays. You know, things like your roof needs replacing, those kind of things. Final cost, gladly $100 to $200 a month goes to those areas. Especially if your car's damaged now. Goodness gracious, it used to be $50 or $200 to get your car fixed. Now if you have a little fender bender now, it's into the thousands of dollars. If you have bigger than a fender bender, you're talking about a lot of different problems. But let me ask you a simple question. You want to buy insurance on your car and house where your major losses are rare? How many people would like to learn how to have a advanced conceptual pocket put to take advantage of? So, put another way. The reason you carry that insurance because you know the odds of having a fender bender or anything go wrong are pretty high, aren't they? You don't know what it might be, bumping another car or doing things. It happens. Same thing happens in the market. Straightforward. Now, with the pocket put advanced style trade, you keep these babies there almost on a constant basis at different levels. And that's what I can teach you. So, we'll do a special class on this to walk you through the exact process. The class will be first the training portion, where you set that up and learn what to do. The second class will be the actual trading of the class, where you consider placing those trades. That's how I got it set up to teach you. First, the theory and the education behind it. Make sure you understand it. And then secondly, a class to put it on where you actually put these trades on. We'll call that on the side noted scholarship. And I could sell it for anything because it's worth that. But what we're going to do, let's get to it. If you want to get into class and learn, I'm willing to teach it. One-time payment, $199 for the 2 classes. Now, sign up, dtitrader.com. We called it Pocket, where you'll know what I'm talking about, pocket puts, but it's really an advanced style of using pocket puts as we go forward. Even after we come out of the market turmoil, there'll be periods of time. This is the appropriate strategy to go to, and I'll show you how to calculate that and set it up. So, that's simple. We'll go from a normal pullback to a clear understanding of the concept, when to put this on. And when to use the setup, which is probably the most important thing. You don't want to do it 100% of the time, but you do want to do it at certain times. And how it fits into your overall account. And then the monitoring of it and the rules that go with that. And it'll be a step-by-step setup, very similar, but and a different approach than what we've been doing, but adding to it. So put the link in there, if you will, where people can have it. I hope I got you excited about us teaching it. We decided to offer it. This was Adam's idea. He loves the pocket puts, and he started asking me questions. So I can teach you how to do it, Adam. He said, won't you offer a class and teach everybody? I said, fine, I'll do it. So there you have it. Straightforward, right to you. Get signed up, and we'll set up the setup portion of it, class 1, and the practicality of it be class 2. Give you time to digest class 1. Something you can use not just for this market turmoil stage, but throughout the months and years you follow the market. If anybody's got any questions, asking in here, then we'll have it set up. Jonathan, why don't you put time-wise, it's 15:30 or 15:25. Why don't you put 15 minutes and see if we have the interest I believe people have in this, and then we'll go to a live market. David, I will pick a time, probably Friday this week for the setup portion, and then next week we'll pick a time based on what we're seeing in the market for the practice, the execution side of it. Okay, where my goal would be for us to be able to trade and make money on that second side to pay for this for you. That'd be my goal. See if I can do it. Any questions, typing in here. We'll try to get the first one, the setup phase, Friday. That way you can study it over the weekend. And then we'll flip around next week and try to have the second portion of the class. Yeah, it'll be Friday. I can tell you for sure it'll be Friday. In fact, let's do it at 1:30, Jonathan, on Friday afternoon, the setup portion.
1:30 Eastern. Okay, we'll put it in the schedule.
Okay.